tonight. That's right. We're going to bring Kevin Gillese into the studio right now. Kevin, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
And I understand we had a little audio problem at the beginning. I hope you can hear me okay.
I can hear you great, yeah.
Okay, that's terrific. Kevin, every time we interview people, we start out with the French philosopher Bernard Pivot. And I always murder his last name. I think I pronounce it differently every single time. But he had his famous 10 questions that he would ask everybody that he interviewed. And, since we're a nonprofit, we can't afford all 10. So we cut it down to a heavily redacted and modified 4.5.
That's just being a smart entrepreneur. I get it.
There you go. Star Trek or Star Wars?
Oh, man. The Expanse.
Oh, The Expanse was good. The soundtrack, I don't know, kind of put me to sleep.
Yeah,
but the show is amazing.
I don't even remember, so obviously it's not memorable, but I just fell in love with that series.
Yeah, I was watching it with subtitles, and it would say musical cue exciting, and they would play a cello pedal tone, and then they would say musical cue happy, and it was a cello pedal tone, and it was like
Right, it's basically like Scandinavian level of emoting, like expressing emotion, right? It's like, this is angry, this is happy.
That was it. What's your favorite number?
I'm gonna go ahead and say number infinity.
Oh, I like it. Okay, you got me with that one. That's good. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Ooh, that's a great question. What profession other than mine would I like to attempt? I think it would be really fun to be a journalist, like a real journalist that finds the truth and brings it to the people, kind of like what you're doing.
Do they have those?
Do those exist anymore? No, it's a dying art.
Yeah, that's true. What is your favorite flavor?
I guess I don't know. Let's just go with apple pie. If that's a flavor, I don't know if you were looking for umami or sweet or sour, but apple pie is the first thing that comes to mind.
Umami, man. I am going to have to remember that one. Now for the half question, who would you like to?
Who would Barack Obama?
All right, good answer. So Kevin Gillese, postgraduate from Humber in comedy writing and performance. You have 16 years plus of professional theater work. You're paying the bills. That's like NFL odds, right? To be able to do that and make your living. That's awesome. It's a testament to how great you are. For a decade, Dad's Garage artistic director. Dad's Garage is a staple. It's an icon. It's a landmark in Atlanta anytime you're in ATL. And now independent film producer. So pretty exciting resume, and I'm glad to have you on the show. But the first question that kind of leaps out at me is that when you're successful in the arts, how do you find success during the age of COVID?
I think for all arts institutions, it was really challenging. And I think that Dad's Garage benefited from being a little bit more nimble on account of, improv is what we do on stage, but sometimes it's what we do off stage too. And as you know, those skill sets can be complementary. Learning how to do an improv scene can help you figure out how to think on your feet when you're in another environment. So we pivoted to online programming and, thankfully had a good amount of reserves in the bank to help weather the storm. Because, the venue's been shuttered for, more than a year.
And they just kind of came out recently and had a first show. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. This past Saturday, we did our first live show since last March. And it was, we built a stage in the parking lot with a screen so you can video the performers and put their faces up so that you can see well from wherever you're parked in the parking lot, and then people can honk when they're laughing. Which,
oh, wow.
If you've ever been honked at before when you're on stage.
I can't say that I have, but it sounds like a treat.
Well,
No, but that's exciting.
Normally when people are honking at you, they're not saying a good thing, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Well, if they could time it right while you're cussing.
Oh, that'd be
No,
good.
I don't know if that works, but be censorship by horn. Um, so, it causes me to kind of think and contemplate about this a little bit because I bet our viewers don't think, I think of the theater in terms of the arts. I don't know that it immediately comes to me that it's also a small business, right? That people in that business, they're facing the same challenges as the shoe store right next door, right? Is that true?
Absolutely. I mean, you think about all the different people that work at a theater. We've got our bartenders and our front of house, and we've got the performers, of course. We've also got the technicians. We've got the people that are, the stage managers running things backstage. Then, of course, we have the office staff. You could talk about all the different vendors that we work with, to fill our bar and to repair our AC and the list goes on. I mean, we really are a business like any other. But of course, some unique characteristics that are sometimes beneficial, sometimes really not beneficial.
Oh, yeah. And, small businesses today are starting to be more and more driven by data. And that also doesn't leap to our minds when we think about the theater, but is it? Is there more and more data driving what's going on in the theater?
I mean, I think that people that are smart in the way that they run their theaters are leaning towards data-driven decision making, and it can look a little bit different than the type of data you might gather with a different kind of business. For example, the first thing that springs to my mind is that we did a lot of surveys of our audiences and left room for a lot of qualitative answers, which doesn't necessarily fit into a 1 or 0 on a spreadsheet or whatever, but can still really help us inform our decisions. So for my time when I was running Dad's Garage, we definitely tried to bring in as much data-driven decision making as possible, and I think it benefited us.
Absolutely. And you also have ticket sales, you have people signing up online.
Yep.
You're getting their contact information. And I know in Dad's, you have people that say, hey, yeah, contact me when another show is coming up. And so you have to maintain that data as well. We went out and looked, and during your tenure there, our artificial intelligence, what we do at the Privacy Co-op, we have software that goes out and reads all these privacy policies for every business and scores them. And Dad's Garage scored one of the highest scores we've ever had. It got 5 stars. And I was reading through it the other day, and yeah, there you go. And I was impressed. You guys took that seriously. So not only are you collecting data, not only are you driven by data, but you're taking that extra precaution with privacy. There are a lot of small businesses that don't even have privacy policies, right? And so they run a lot of risk of those government fines and problems. But you guys had your act together, so congratulations on that. But yeah, and in Atlanta, you guys are just in the middle of like the second Hollywood, right? With Made in Georgia brand and everything else that's going on there. No strangers to celebrities. You have a lot of celebrities that swing through. I know you guys used to run a bacon fest. I don't know if that's still a thing through COVID, but Kevin Bacon showed up, which I just found hysterical that you were throwing this thing. Bacon and beer, is that right?
Yeah, we always said the Bacon Fest is about the 4 B's: beer, bands, bacon, and booths. Because we would, if you've been, we would have those like hilarious booths that you could go up and play our version of a dumb carnival game.
Oh man, yeah, and I have been there, and it was great. But I was floored when Kevin Bacon showed up. But he was in town shooting another movie and said, "Oh, there's a Bacon Fest going. I'm just going to show up," and that was cool.
We had there's quite a story behind that actually, because we really wanted him to come, and so we had been trying to go through official channels to try to get him to attend, and kind of the official channels kind of said, sorry, it's not going to happen. And so then a few of us at the theater were like, well, maybe we can get his attention online in a fun way and it'll convince him. So Dad's is a pretty good community of people. A ton of folks started tweeting out these pictures of Kevin Bacon's face on our poster saying, come to Kevin Bacon Fest. And at first, people in the like kind of professional world around him were like, that is so uncool of you guys, like for shame. And we were like, oh no, we were trying to be cute. We're so sorry. And then it did end up getting his attention, and he did think it was cute, and he did show up. So that was cool.
Well, there was, and as positive and fantastic as Kevin Bacon is, there was actually a step up from him in my book. You guys started working with Luke Davis, and I caught the short film online with Luke, and what was it? That was awesome. And we were watching it with some friends, and we actually stopped the video in the locker scene, I think locker room scene, and somebody said, "I believe him." And that's like one of the highest compliments you can give an actor. But tell us a little bit about Luke and the project that you guys have going on.
Well, Luke is an actor here in Atlanta that has a developmental disability. And so I met him when I was working with the Spotlight program at the MJCCA, which is a program that takes actors with those types of disabilities, like cognitive and developmental disabilities, and lets them work on different acting projects. So that Spotlight program teamed up with Dad's Garage. We made a short film called That Was Awesome. And it was phenomenally funny, very touching, very good. Like you said, that one scene, he's got that great monologue. And so basically from the success of that has kind of snowballed into this feature film we're doing. Luke's doing it, but also my wife, Amber Nash, who's best known as the voice of Pam Poovey on Archer. She's in it as well. And our good friend Colin Mockery, who is the improv god from Whose Line Is It Anyway, is rounding out the cast. And so, yeah, we're making this feature film called How to Ruin the Holidays here in Atlanta.
And you guys, you brought a clip with you tonight. Would you like to cue it up, or do I just tell the guys to hit it?
I don't even know what the clip is. So
okay. So this is the movie How to Ruin the Holidays, a little clip for everybody to enjoy. Let's take a look at it together here.
Check it out, everybody. I'm gonna be in a movie.
But first we gotta raise some money on Kickstarter.
Movies ain't cheap, fools.
And I'm gonna be in the movie with you, Luke. And guess who else? I'll give you a hint. He is a comedy icon.
Is it improv god Colin Mockery?
I don't know how I got roped into this.
How to Ruin the Holidays is a feature-length Christmas movie with a lot of heart.
It tells the story of a struggling comedian who reluctantly goes home for the holidays and has to deal with her incredibly difficult family.
It also has a lot of dirty, inappropriate jokes.
Shut up! I'm trying to make a video here.
Sorry. I'm babysitting.
Hey, we should introduce the dummies that are making this thing.
Hi, I'm Arlen, the director of the film.
And I'm Kevin, the writer. And unlike some people, we love Christmas and Christmas movies.
I hate Christmas!
And we want to make our own Christmas classic, so this project is our love letter to the genre.
But because it's us, there's going to be a good dose of adult humor mixed in.
Son of a nutcracker.
I based the script on my experiences growing up with my brother Mark, who has special needs.
Story of my life.
Folks with special needs are rarely portrayed on film.
Yeah, no shit.
And when they are, it's usually one-dimensional, overly sentimental, and treating adults with special needs like kids.
Yeah, no shit.
So we're making a movie that reverses all that. It's about a struggling comedian in LA.
That's me.
Who reluctantly comes back to Atlanta for the holidays and has to deal with her dad, who's kind of gone off the deep end.
That's me.
And ultimately she has to make a life-changing decision about her brother.
That's me.
But we can't make this movie without your help.
Mary did it, George. Mary did it. She told some people you were in trouble and they scattered all over town collecting money.
So we're turning to you, the internet.
On this project, we're partnering with Atlanta's favorite comedy theater, Dad's Garage, which is a non-profit. So that means all of your donations are tax deductible.
And there's a lot of hot sizzling perks to choose from.
And a fantastic team that I'm so excited to work with. Except for Kevin. He's an asshole.
So please, click the link below.
And donate to make this thoughtful, hilarious, and unique film a reality.
If you can't donate, give our page a share because spreading the word helps us out so much.
We thank you for your consideration and can't tell you how much your support means to us.
Because representation matters. And I also just really want to be in a movie.
Yeah, Luke is very charming. I'm so lucky to be working with him, and Amber and Colin are obviously amazing. So, yeah, that's the project. That's the pitch. Good work. Good work,
Yeah.
tech team, for pulling in that pitch video.
That was pretty awesome. I tell you what, I want to thank you for one thing in that video above all else. You helped prove a point that I've been trying to make to my family for years, that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So I want to thank you for that, right? Yeah, now we have video proof.
I mean, there is definitely a debate because some people say, no, that's a movie that just so happens to happen at Christmas. And then there's people that say, no, that is the quintessential Christmas movie. So, yeah.
Awesome job. Well, we got the website up, and Kickstarter, a lot of businesses go through that. You have to be careful with the data when it comes in. I know you guys are going to do an awesome job with it. Knock it out of the park. Folks, when you go to Kickstarter and take a look at this, even though it shows that they may be past their goal, which I think they are, just keep giving to this thing because, when you've got a project like this, you set the goal low so you make sure that you meet it. But you really probably have another goal out there that you have in mind. So we need to get behind this together and look at this. And thanks for coming in and talking to us about small businesses and the data and privacy. We really appreciate your time this evening.
Thanks for having me. And yeah, I hope everyone gets a chance to check out the project.
Thank you. And we'll be right back right after this.